Hello and welcome, I am King's Decree, and this is the top 5 assassins in League of Legends. Now, why did these chaps make it and not others? Simply put, these are the most assassiny, largely due to being able to 100-0 a target, but also they carry a terrifying vibe of murder. Number 5, Talon. Talon led quite the troubled childhood. Knowing no friends or family, he resorted to petty thievery and cold steel simply to survive. Deep underneath the belly of Noxus, Talon did live and continue to live despite numerous attempts on his life. His mastery of the blade scared the Noxus guilds. Join or die, they proclaimed. Talon had better plans, however, and killed any who would cross his path. His luck would soon run out as he met his match versus the great General Ducato, coincidentally, Katarina's father. He gave the bladed thug a choice like all the others, join or die. But this time, he actually had to take a choice. Soon after following the only man to ever best him, he was sent out on secret missions across the world, carrying out whatever duties were assigned to him, albeit only orders from him. When the general vanished, Talon went in search of the pseudo-father-mentor figure instead of returning to a petty life of crime, and thus, we have the 5th assassin on this list. Talon is the epitome of the anti-hyper carry. He has one of the fastest 100 zeros in the entire game, if not the most fast. He excels against mages and marksmen, which are fairly easy squishy targets. Once on top of the squishy, probably dead target, Talon can finish off the mark with the additional burst from his ult or make his way out to fight another day. In lane, you have a rake which will send out multiple blades doing a heap of damage and slowing at the same time, perfect for harassing and CSing fairly safely. Late game, you can stay close to your team to blow up high priority targets or split push the side lanes for immense pressure while remaining relatively safe. Like Riven, Talon has a Crimson Elite skin. Possibly they worked in the same unit at one point. Talon once had a friend early in his life of crime. After another gig gone wrong, Talon simply killed him for the transgression. Talk about moody. Talon may have seen the Ducatos as a family. The general had bested him and Talon only took orders from him. Upon his disappearance, Talon stopped at nothing to try and find him. Also, the general's daughter is Katarina. He may have seen her as a sort of sister. Nothing confirmed, but food for thought. Number 4, LeBlanc. Once again, we visit the underbelly of Noxus to find LeBlanc, the deceiver. She governs the Black Rose, a sort of Illuminati equivalent in League of Legends. In the shadows, they would puppeteer the Noxian government to do their bidding. Seemingly overnight, the Black Rose disappeared from the books, possibly lying in wait or simply a disbandment when power shifts cut their power at the knees. Now, with the Institute of War being a global power, LeBlanc wants to take that prestige and influence for herself and presumably looks to bring back the Black Rose to its former glory. Simply put, LeBlanc is an extremely squishy 100-0 assassin. She only has one job, not split pushing, not objective control, just immense kill pressure. Get LeBlanc even the slightest bit ahead and she can assassinate any target from a considerable range with ease. Her insane mobility can also help roam almost as well as somebody like Kassadin. Although exceptionally dangerous at mid-range, if you're going to catch her without her dash or mana, she's a sitting duck that even a support can whittle down. Targeted hard CC also counters her extremely hard, but she has allowed a sneaky clone of deception to try and make her escape. LeBlanc has probably met and even deceived the great General Swain at one point. LeBlanc could possibly be the witch that killed Vayne's parents. It would be a neat lore crossover anyway. A popular speculation is that the current Jarvan IV is actually LeBlanc in disguise. Although the clues are there, like a huge absence in Jarvan's lore and seeing LeBlanc's reflection in some art instead of the prince's, Riot has not confirmed or denied this fan theory. Number 3, Rengar. Surprisingly, Rengar wasn't always a monster. He never knew his parents and was instead raised by a human who was a great hunter. Having nothing else to do, Rengar of course follows in his footsteps, intently absorbing every lesson. Rengar, however, had something he didn't: intense animalistic instincts. Before he was even an adult wolf-lion thing, he set out to claim a piece of the world himself, killing anything that looked to try and take him on. But it wasn't enough. He could find no equal and soon began to go mad. One day, a terrible creature born from the void crossed his path. A creature with blades for arms. In haste, Rengar jumped the bug alien only to be staved off by the creature's immense strength. Kha'Zix would be Rengar's new hunt. A new thrill. A new challenge. Rengar is a thematically amazing champion who thrives in the bushes scattered across the jungle. Like a big cat, he can leap at enemies so quickly to take them down with unrivaled ferocity. Once he hits 5 charges of his passive, he can use a special variation of those skills, which greatly increase their effectiveness, like being able to root an enemy for an easy kill. At level 6, Rengar hits a massive power spike. His ultimate allows him to go invisible and jump from anywhere, bush or not. Late game Rengar massively loses effectiveness when it comes to assassinating, but still remains a constant threat from a pretty long range away. He may not be able to one-shot a target, but he can sure as hell put up a good fight. Rengar's entire kit and theme strikingly resemble Predator from the Predator series. When both Rengar and Kha'Zix are in the game, a special interaction can occur. When one kills the other, they get an upgrade to their character, like another evolution point for Kha'Zix. Rengar, funnily enough, may have hunted Gnar at one point. Number 2, Zed. Orphaned at a young age, the little Zed was taken in by a ninja temple to train. Very quickly, Zed established dominance only to be matched by one other, the ninja temple master's son, Shen. Zed grew angry that he could not win against Shen and gained the master's favor and sought out more power. Hidden away in the depths of the temple laid exactly what he was looking for: forbidden shadow techniques. The next match between Zed and Shen brought victory, but he was immediately banished for using the forbidden shadow power. Bitter after being exiled, Zed wandered the land, taking on his own pupils, increasing in strength himself. After accumulating a cult following, Zed returned to the temple to retrieve the remaining shadow techniques and kill the ninjas who made a fool of him before. Surprisingly, the temple master met him at the gates and begged forgiveness and pleaded Zed would turn from the dark side and return to the balance. Both the master and Zed entered the temple only to have Zed return alive. Interestingly enough, the moment the master died, Zed seems to have screamed. It's unlikely he was harmed, so maybe a cry out in emotional pain from killing the man he used to look up to? Filled with rage, Zed and his ninjas slaughtered everyone they found at the temple. Many would have died if not for Shen. Now, Zed rules the temple as the master and instructs following the path of power and mercilessly killing all whom oppose the order. Zed's entire kit hinges on the player's ability to effectively control his shadows for maximum damage, utility, and mobility. In addition to immense damage, he can also farm or harass quite safely from a distance away. Once level 6, Zed goes on an assassination spree, taking on anybody with the massively increased damage and stickiness power granted. Late game Zed is probably one of the best split pushers, but loses a lot of kill pressure in return. Zed is one of the most difficult to master champions in the game and has a nearly limitless skill ceiling and an absurdly high skill floor. Only the best can helm the banished ninja. Zed and Shen were once fellow students under the same master and would be rivals until Zed fell to the shadows. Akali may be a former student of Zed. The Kinkao order has its own wishes of how to deal with him. Akali wants him dead. Kennen and Shen believed he can be redeemed, which would be a neat idea for a skin, by the way. Quite possibly the most terrifying champion in League of Legends. Not much is known about the demon jester. Is he simply a homicidal maniac, or something more like an assassin for hire? One thing is for sure, however, he's exceptionally deadly and evidently quite clever, as he's never even been caught for so much as questioning or much less prosecution for his terrible atrocities. Shaco is a tricky one to play both with and against. You have an every few seconds flash into a stealth, traps that fear foes, a deadly throw knife, and the ability to call a clone to do your bidding. While he is possibly the lowest damage dealer on this list, I feel Shaco is the epitome of being an assassin. He has the trickery, the high damage output, the mobility, and the ability to disappear into thin air. Shaco is one of the most fun champions to confuse and befuddle foes until they find a knife in their back. His early game is spectacular for killing champions, but quickly loses effectiveness, especially against several targets. It is probably the single best split pusher in the entire game. His clone effectively doubles damage against structures, allowing for exceptionally quick objective taking. As mentioned before, his damage isn't amazing, but has incredible escaping power that takes a long time to use well. Shaco may be a direct reference to the Joker from the Batman series. Interestingly enough, Shaco has been confirmed to be friends with Nocturne and Fiddlesticks. I wonder what they talk about. So that is it. This has been the top 5 assassins in League of Legends. Once again, I have been Keen Zakri from MMOplay.com. Thanks for watching.